Alright, it is FrOzenSwipe here, and I got a game of Domination on the map Village, and I know what you guys are probably thinking, why the hell, where the hell have you been? I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've actually posted last, but there was a very good reason for it, and to be honest, I kind of wanted it to be a surprise, but in hindsight, I probably should have posted something, during the week, but, I'll kind of explain it. Essentially what I wanted to do is I wanted to put up a montage, and to be honest I thought I'd be done editing it by last weekend. I started editing it on Friday, but I quickly learned on Friday that there was a problem. My capture card captures in a really weird file format, and Sony Vegas can't handle it if you start cutting it up and doing loads of shit to it and adding loads of clips of that format. It just can't cope with it and ends up messing up the clips, and it just doesn't work. So what I had to do was I had to start again, and I had to go back and just render out every single clip that I was going to use in the montage and render it into a different file type. So obviously that's going to take up quite a long time. Then I had to obviously film cinematics and then render them into a different file type, and then that pretty much took all weekend, and I was kind of hoping to be done it by then, but I figured that I'd be able to get it done during the week. And I spent all of this week just like working on it, editing it together, and I was pretty much finished it by Friday. I do realize that I probably should have posted a commentary during the week at some stage, just to kind of tie you over until it gets up. But to be honest, if I had done a commentary, that was time I couldn't spend editing, and I just really wanted to finish this as quickly as possible. But I finished editing on Friday night, and I was really happy with it. And I gotta render it, and I figure, right, that's it, I can just render this out, upload it on YouTube, and everyone will think I'm amazing. But I gotta hit render as, and it says systems out of memory. Essentially, my CPU cannot render my montage because it's, I don't know, it's too amazing or something, or it's too awesome, I don't know. But my laptop just doesn't seem to be powerful enough to render it out, which, to be honest, was the last thing I expected, seeing as it's a relatively new laptop, and it's relatively powerful as well. It's got an Intel i3 processor, like I think it's 4 gigs RAM, if not it's 6 gigs RAM, I'm not entirely sure. But it's a fairly powerful laptop. I would have expected it to be able to render a video, but apparently not. And so that really does suck. And now I've spent all this time working on this, and I really have nothing to show for it, and I was really disappointed when that happened. And to put in all that work just to kind of have it all kind of blow up in your face like that really is annoying. But not all hope is lost. I figured that odds are it's probably this plugin that I use called Twixtor, and essentially what that does is it blends all the frames together and it gives it a really smooth professional looking slow motion effect. But that uses up quite a lot of CPU, so I figure odds are it's probably because I use a lot of Twixtor in it that it keeps fucking up. So if I go back and maybe just kind of get rid of all the Twixtor and just use other methods of slowing it down, which aren't as good, they aren't as smooth or anything like that, but they are a lot better than nothing. So I'm gonna have to spend another couple days editing it before I finish that, and even then it may still not work. It may just be that I have too many clips and too many cuts and things like that. So I really don't know, to be honest. I was not expecting to run into this kind of problem at all, but hopefully you'll see it in the next couple of days. And I do realize that I was saying before this I post more often, and try and post like twice a week or something like that, and then I don't post for like 2 weeks. I do realize that's quite ironic, but I do want to kind of maybe get sort of a show started, just kind of give myself a bit more regularity. And I kind of come up with this idea for a show. I'm not really sure what to call it. I'm sure if you have any sort of creative names for it, you can go ahead, leave in the comments, but I'm not entirely sure what to call it. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spend a week playing a game type that I got mixed up between the words genuinely and generally, but game types I generally wouldn't play. And because for the most part, you know, I just play Domination, as you can see here, and Kill Confirmed. That's pretty much what I stick to. It's what I like in this game, but I want to, you know, kind of branch out, you know, broaden my horizons a little bit in Modern Warfare 3, and, you know, try out some of the other game types. I'm thinking maybe for the first week I might try out like free-for-all, because, you know, I liked free-for-all in Black Ops, and I've played it in other Call of Duty games, you know, and it's pretty good, but I haven't played it in Modern Warfare 3. Now, people who do play free-for-all in Modern Warfare 3 say that, you know, some of the spawns are just, they can be retarded at times. I feel that they can be retarded in pretty much any game type. So I don't really see why free-for-all would be an exception, but they're meant to be particularly retarded in free-for-all. So, you know, I might as well give it a shot and try it out before, you know, I pass judgment on it. So, I think I'm going to start off with free-for-all, but then I'll probably progress into, you know, some of the more unusual objective-based games like maybe Capture Flag, Headquarters, Sabotage. You know, game types you don't generally tend to see on YouTube, because, you know, I mean, for the most part on YouTube it's generally like free-for-all, Domination, Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, the odd bit of Search and Destroy and that, but for the most part you don't get to see those other game types. So I'd like to, and I don't generally tend to play those other game types as well. So I'd like to, you know, just try them out, just see what they're like, and, you know, maybe have some fun doing it. So what I'll do is I'll just play, you know, a specific game type for a week, try and get a gameplay, and then once I do, kind of talk about the game type, whether or not I like it or not, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what you can do to get better at it, or, you know, whatever. Because, you know, I mean, you can play any game type for like maybe 1 or 2 games. You can just like jump into you know, a game of Search and Destroy and go, oh no, I don't like this at all. But if you actually like stick with it, you might find that, yeah, you do like it, because I didn't really like Kill Confirmed, you know, that much at first. You know, I played a couple games and I was just like, it's okay, but I think I'll stick with Domination. But then I kind of went to myself, you know what, I'll give it another chance, you know, I'll stick with it, and it ended up becoming one of my favorite game types. So, you know, maybe I could find a couple of new favorites, and, you know, maybe I can, it'll also add a good bit of variety, because, you know, obviously it's not just going to be Domination and Kill Confirmed on my channel, which, you know, I'm sure you guys see plenty of from other YouTube, you know, from other gameplay commentators, and, you know, you're probably sick of seeing at this stage. And it's pretty much the only, you know, game types that people, you know, generally tend to play. So hopefully I can add a bit more variety, and hopefully you guys will probably, you know, take interest in some of the game types that I'll end up playing. And yeah, so I'll try and do something along those lines anyway. And as for that montage, I have no idea, you know, when that'll be up, but hopefully it'll be up sometime this week, preferably. I would like to, you know, actually have something to show for all this work that I've put into it. Now, I know I've probably been hyping it up through the course of this video, but don't get too excited. I mean, I try to do a good job with the editing, you know, as much as I can. You know, I'm not that much of an experienced editor, and the clips aren't, you know, aren't going to be anything amazing. Okay, you know, they'd be mostly like triple feeds and like collaterals and things like that. So I mean, definitely not, you know, really high standard, but, you know, they're still good clips at the end of the day. But anyway, that's the gameplay. The game's just wrapped up. It's been a pretty good game. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and, you know, obviously if that show sounds like something you want to see, obviously, you know, or if you have any ideas or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, this has been FrOzenSwipe. Thanks for watching.